Happy Friday, everyone. How is it going? It's going to be a little bit of it's going to be a fun stream. I'm going to say that first. First things first, let's set some ground rules. By the way, 195 sitting on Tesla, quite the close today. I had my wisdom teeth surgery yesterday, so I'm a little bit in remission still, but I'm going to hang through there. I had two options. Either I skip today's Friday stream, which you guys know I never really want to do, or I somehow try to make this like a talk list stream. I'm going to try my best. I see everyone tuning in here in the chat. Apparently, I'm not allowed to cough. If you never had a wisdom tooth surgery, someone's buzzing me. Hold on one sec. Who's trying to buzz me in? Hello? Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you. Got a delivery, folks. Got to take it. I think those are my shoes. Anyways, besides the point. It's, by the way, let me know where you guys are tuning in from, city, state, country, wherever you guys feel open to sharing in the chat. I see everyone coming in. Generally, I'm feeling okay. You guys can hear my voice. I'm a little bit downtrodden. My cheek is swollen. Yes. If you see this corn bag on my face, it's not because of, me lacking on vitamin A or whatever corn's high in. But okay, let's talk Tesla. A lot to talk about. I'm kind of scared someone's going to clip that thing on my face. I've got the Juju in hand here. 195.34 cent on Tesla. Here's a couple of things to take into consideration for today. First things first, I'm going to invite anyone in our Juju Gang community, Patreon community, channel members that are part of Discord. Feel free to come on video. I'm going to share it to them first as priority members for all your support. It's in the Discord, in the Tesla chat only. Feel free to come on. I'll try to get you on video. The less talking I do, the better it'll kind of be. I've got a lot of stuff pulled up. So on Chrome, I've got all my tabs of what I want to talk about. I'm going to tease this. We're going to watch Dan Ives's interview on CNBC about why Tesla is no longer a part of his top 5 list. We're going to watch the ever famous Craig Irwin talk about Tesla as well, and quote, this is him, quote, "There are much more attractive places to put your money than Tesla," says Craig Irwin. So we need to listen to that as well. But let me read off some places here. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, impacted. Yeah, this one apparently was impacted as well. Amsterdam, California, Switzerland. How's it going, Marco? I see a bunch of Juju Gang members in here with the Jujus and Elons beside your names. And of course, our awesome mods like Marco. Sweden, Sacramento, Mississippi. Matthew says, "I'm surprised I can talk." I know. Moose Jaw, I think that's quite timely here. Finland, I'm not going to try to pronounce that city. Man, I don't think I can do it. San Diego, Vancouver, a local friend. Seattle, how's it going, Michael? Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. Australia, Twitter HQ. Oh, there we go. West Carolina. Paul says, "Sorry I'm late. Rob was streaming." Oh, okay. So Rob usually goes live after hours. Did he have something to say? Anything that we should react to in today's stream? Again, folks, I am open to reacting in this video. You guys just tag me and stuff, and we're going to watch. Let's consider this like a fun time we can hang out together and watch and consume Tesla content together, or try to give my opinion on stuff. But it's just one of those days. Let's see here. Well, yeah, Dan Ives is a friend of the show. I've had a couple interviews with him. Duck Key, Florida. Let's see here. South Africa, Istanbul, Amsterdam, Prague. How's it going, Michael, from Austria? Thank you, Digital. Atlanta, Norway. Miami, Florida. Okay, for a second, I almost read off Mimi. Shout out to Mimi. New Zealand. Lex, how's it going, my friend? Lex was a part of our awesome Juju Gang hangout that we had. We should do another one of those in this. I'm thinking the spring, maybe when the weather gets a little bit better. Denmark, Pennsylvania, Santa Barbara. Folks, we got people from everywhere. Should I put the chat box up today? Let's see here. I guess I'll put it up. I'll put it up here so everyone gets everyone on replay watching can feel like they're a part of our stream as well. Okay. Miguel says, "I'm pissed all the way from Portugal." So where do you guys want to start with this? Where do you guys want to start with this? You guys let me know in the chat. Do you want to watch the videos first? React to some of the analysts on Wall Street? Do we want to talk, I guess, a couple of videos of those? Do we want to talk about the Twitter Elon thing? Don't worry. I'm gonna the break thing. I'm okay for nowish. While I'm watching the videos, you'll see a corn bag on my face. Let's do Hold on. Let's see. Let's do a couple of tweets to start the party off. By the way, thanks for everyone for coming in on a Friday Power Hour stream with Yash at I mean, not as worse. I've definitely had worse days, but not my best. Okay, so we got some news out of Tesla regarding their adapter news. So what they're doing, and they say, in pursuit of our mission today, we're opening up our EV connector design. If you open up the blog, they essentially say, look, in North America, with more than a decade of use and 20 billion EV charging miles, let me make this a little bit bigger for y'all, to its name, the Tesla charger connector is the most proven in North America. I agree, folks. If you haven't tried Tesla charging versus any other charging, Tesla is the gold standard. I'm not just saying that, by the way. Offering AC charging up to 1 megawatt DC charging in one slim package. It's kind of crazy. I mean, that's kind of high. And it's twice as powerful as the CCS. In pursuit of our mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, today we're opening up our connector design to the world. We invite charging network operators and vehicle design, connector design to the world to put Tesla charging connector and charge ports, now called the NACS, on their equipment and vehicles. So I think this is huge. Typically right now, if you don't know, you have to use something called like the J1772. And it's this, I guess this is the CCS up here, but it kind of looks like this. And the J1772 goes into your Tesla adapter, and then it goes into your Tesla. If you have like a Nissan Leaf or something, J1772 usually just has like a straight on plug. What Tesla is doing is telling everyone, hey, look, we know our design's better. We know it works better. We're opening it up. You want to start buying it from us? That's cool. And I think this is great. CCS was it kind of hit or miss, to be quite honest. So this is good. It's going to be the North American standard moving forward. The CCS runs in Europe already as the standard. All right. So that's a piece of news there. Let's see what else. What did I say to that? Oh, by the way, happy Memorial Day, Veterans Day, I think, down south coming up, and Remembrance Day up here. Least we forget for everything there. Thought I probably should have mentioned that off the top. And so everyone's talking about Elon and Twitter and what's happening there. I think what's really being missed is, look, at the end of the day, with Elon talking about Twitter, I get it. It's a really hot topic right now. We're going to have the debate, I'm sure, in the chat, or if someone wants to come in to our StreamYard. Tweet out. You want to say hi to anyone? Hey, Abby, come say hi to everyone. Abby's never around for the streams anymore because she always works from the office. Come by, just say hi and then leave. She's headed to the gym. It'll save me 5 seconds of talking. Just say hi to everyone. Anything you want to say. There's the camera. Right middle.
Hi.
That's it?
Yeah.
No shoutouts? Okay. Mark says she'll bring good luck. Yeah, I hope so. What are we sitting at on Tesla right now? 193.69 sitting on Tesla. Let's see. Okay, with that, let's move on. So with Elon and Twitter and everyone talking about Twitter, by the way, like it's crazy, right? 99% of everything, all media outlets with Tesla, with Elon, doesn't matter, is about Twitter. Historically speaking, during times like right now where the focus is away from the company, these are historically really good times. I mean, I'm not going to say it's signaling a bottom, because I think a lot of that has to do with the Fed, to be quite honest. And that's going to be part of my discussion thread here, talking in a second. But man, I think it's important for us to talk about how if everything is so dominated with around Tesla or Twitter news right now, Freudian slip. See, even I'm getting stuck with it a little bit. But when everything is so surrounded with this Twitter news, I think people are forgetting how strong quarter four for Tesla is going to be. And I get it. I don't get the clicks. I don't get the views when I talk about Tesla this week, because no one wants to talk about Tesla. And the only thing anyone wants to talk about is Twitter. And I guess we'll have a segment on that coming up. But folks, if I have anything to say for, I guess, Tesla investors, us retail investors, is that during these times, I know it's easy for us to continue to look at Twitter and Elon's time management, and we're going to have that discussion. Don't worry. Don't forget, over 100,000 people work at Tesla. They're not really too concerned with this car that they're working on right now, or this delivery that they're helping a customer take, or this transport, or this truck that's transporting these fleet of cars, right? So we have to be careful, right? Richard says perception is reality. Absolutely. And not only that, it's important for us to talk about the stock market performance, but I'll talk about that here in a second. I'm getting excited. But Reuters tweeted out today saying, exclusive, Tesla is considering exporting China-made electric cars to the U.S. A reversal that would reflect the automaker's deepening cost advantage at its Shanghai plant, and the slowing demand from Chinese consumers. And guess who replied to that? This person named Elon Musk, who's verified on Twitter Blue. So I guess you can take that for a grain of salt. He said false. And I said to this, I quote tweeted and I said, best way to combat Tesla FUD around no demand is to hit it yourself. I love it. And now these are the kind of, remember, Tesla tweets are few and far between at the moment. But remember, it's awesome to see when Elon can hit back on FUD like this directly at its source and kill it right when it happens. 10 minutes after this was tweeted, this article came out, it was already said, he already said false. Now, I guess you could say nuanced. Yeah, actually, what is he saying false to? Is it the exporting part? Is it the lack of demand? I don't know. But look, it's better than not hearing anything around it. People are saying in the chat, if Elon is selling. Folks, I am really certain that Elon is still selling. I guess I kind of clouded your judgment if you're going to say something, but in the chat, say yes or no if you think Elon is selling, and maybe why if you want me to read out your explanation. I think Elon's selling. I think Elon looks at it probably like this. What's the best way? How does Elon, and I'll go into my reasoning here in a second. But how do you essentially, if I'm Elon and I'm going to sell, my priority is how do I make it so there's the fewest days of Form Bs allowed? And I get that doesn't necessarily matter, but I'm just going to be thinking this way. Like, okay, how can I sell if I needed to sell a week's worth of shares and have the least amount of Form Bs? I think the best way to probably do it is to sell Friday, like he did last Friday. You don't need to report that for 2 business days. So and sell Monday, Tuesday, and then Tuesday after hours is when we got 3 sets of Form Bs, and then sell Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The Wednesday is not due until Friday, aka today after hours. So I think we likely get a bunch of Form Bs today after hours. That's my guess. Maybe I'll stick around for that after the stream as well. Let's see what you guys say. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate that. Elon 100% sold today and yesterday. Yeah, I think he's been selling Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Hopefully for the last time, it's pretty miserable. So we're going to talk about stock performance here in a second, despite everything that's happening. Dukin says, yes, hell yeah. Should I run a poll? Is that too late? Can I get a mod to do that? I'm going to try to see if I can start getting mods to set up stuff for me, but I'll create this one. Did Elon sell after Tuesday? Yes or no? Okay, ask my community. So let's see. Throw your guess in the chat. I like these kind of comments, though. It's obvious. Yes, 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 yes. No clue why. Okay, so we'll talk about why here in a second. No. Marco says, I think so. Yes, he wants to get it over with. He doesn't care. I'm thinking you're talking about when I was talking about how do I do the least amount of Form Bs. I think he does, because every time it comes out, it's just a gong show. The news will hit today. Yes. Bunch of jujus. How's it going, Ben? I'm gonna open. I can't even eat a juju right now, folks. Like after this surgery, essentially, I'm on soup and sleep. So yeah, he's buying a parent company for Twitter. Okay, so someone tweeted at me about this. We're gonna get into that. Weekend of news will wash out the pressure of it. That's where my kind of head's at. Gary, how's it going? Volume is down today. Though. Okay, so we're gonna get into that. Yes, to fund Twitter to collateralize his debt. So there's a couple of schools of thoughts here. First, let's answer the question: do I think he's selling and why? So here's why I think he's selling. Let's see here. Pull up Webull. Let's pull up the daily. So first things first, I think the elevated volume speaks for itself. On Tuesday, which was November the 8th, we know he sold. Volume on that day was around 130 million shares traded. For context, folks, average volume for Tesla is around 70 million. The following day, which is the Wednesday in question, volume was about 100 million. So still about what is that? 60-70% higher than normal, right? Yesterday, 132 million shares traded. Today, so far, we have 45 minutes or 40-ish minutes here till close. Volume on the day has already been, let me just pull this up, has already been 100 million. So, folks, it's obvious that Elon is selling to me. Could be wrong on that. I've been wrong on stuff before. You guys know it. But to me, it's obvious. And here's the bigger thing. Even if he doesn't sell, the fact that he has still not answered to if he's done selling, not only clouds Tesla investors' judgments around this topic, but it invites short sellers, I'm not going to say bad actors, traders, let's say, not bad actors because they're just trying to make money, let's say. We can keep the morals out of this for now. But it invites short sellers to essentially continue this narrative that he's selling, short sell the stock, put downward pressure on the stock, and continue to drive that narrative home. Here's why I think probably in the next 40 minutes as we close here, $194 and $194.33 sitting on Tesla. I think we probably rally until close. And the reason for that is essentially if you're short Tesla this week because you're thinking Elon is shorting or Elon is selling, or you just want to drive the narrative, maybe you're tipped off that he is not selling, what are you going to want to do before the weekend? What are you going to want to do before the weekend? You're going to want to cover your short because the last thing you want is on Saturday, Elon to tweet out a bunch of tweets around why he sold, why he's done. What was he could have any explanation. His explanation could be as simple as, the loan that I took to borrow Twitter, my personal investors or my equity partners wanted me to have a certain amount of cash on hand. That could be like he could have any reason. We don't know. We're not privy to this stuff. So if you're short, why? Why does he never do a block trade? Had the same question or had the same debate on Twitter Spaces yesterday with Tesla Herbert. I agree. Why doesn't Elon sell to institutions via block or dark pool to subside stock price or to soften the blow to the stock price? I don't know. Again, it was a cute reason when we were in the 300 or 400s talking about, well, Elon's selling on the open market because he wants to sell back to retail investors. I think that's cute. It was cute, but at a certain point, I think even the staunchest of bulls will kind of backlash on that idea. So we shall see. That answers. So volume is one answer, but another answer is quite simple. I mean, Tesla is up 2% on the day, where the NASDAQ is up 1.5. So Tesla should be up closer to 3%, a slight underperformance today. Yesterday was the bigger underperformance, right? The NASDAQ was up yesterday something like, what was it, like 6%, guys? Like 6.5%? I don't know. I was in surgery. It was up like 6.5%. And Tesla finished up like, 5% up yesterday? So, I mean, on a day where the NASDAQ's up over 6%, we should see Tesla up over 10%. No doubt. Okay. So with that out of the way, I think Elon is selling. Let's talk about relative performance. Let's not lose the forest for the trees despite everything that's going on. What I have here in front of you is the stock price performance of Tesla, the NASDAQ. Actually, let me remove my little display names. Let me remove my little display names right here. Okay. I have the Tesla stock price performance today. I have the NASDAQ underneath it, those Qs, the Apple stock price performance, and Facebook just for the FANG element of it, I guess. I can even throw Netflix in there, although I think it's kind of dead at this point. Let's talk about relative performance. Remember, Tesla has a 2x beta, meaning if the NASDAQ goes up 1%, Tesla should go up 2%, in theory. If NASDAQ goes down 1%, Tesla should go down 2%, right? It has like this multiplicative effect. That's what the beta tries to reflect in terms of risk. So in the last 5 days, no doubt, Tesla is very weak in the last 5 days, right? Down 7%. In the same time period, the NASDAQ is up 8%. So Tesla should really be up 16%. Instead, it's down 7. So that's a 23% absolute difference in kind of a swing, right? Of percentage. But it gets a little bit murky when you start going longer term out. Now, yes, in the last month, even last 30 days trailing, Tesla is down 10%, Nasdaq's up 10. So again, there's $20, 20% swing there. If you get to year to date, and I guess this is where you start to lose a lot of people that have bought Tesla in the last little bit, right? Especially since the kind of the Twitter takeover in August, September. But look, Tesla year to date is down 51%. The Nasdaq is down 28, meaning all things being equal, year to date, Tesla should be down with the beta closer to 60, yet it's, let's say, down 52%. So despite everything that's happening, and I get it, the last 3 months, last 1 month, you can, and these are where you can have arguments about, well, what's the proper way to set? I'm just saying year to date because 2022 just been a gong show. But year to date, pegging it there, Tesla is still well within the beta. The beta number assigned to IPOs based on, mama. No, beta. So here, I tweeted this out. Beta Tesla. I get my beta from Zacks. So if you look at Zacks, you'll see the beta chart here. It's closer to 2. Remember, the beta tries to encompass. It's like a fudge metric to try to encompass all types of risk and volatility into a stock, right? Apple is closer to probably to a 1. So if I actually throw in Apple here, for example, Apple is pretty much the market. Apple's 1.25 in terms of beta. So really, there's not a big multiplicative effect there. Thank you, Matthew. Matthew says, smash that like. How many likes are we sitting at, folks? 65 likes, 500 people watching, 83 likes, 500 people watching. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, don't mind the cord. Had surgery yesterday. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Marco. I'm going to change that. I'm going to change this back to Tesla. 194.55 sitting on Tesla. Okay. So again, folks, let's not lose. Let's yeah, no, you 100% got me. Okay, so lost my train of thought. For context, Apple is down 18%. Can anyone throw in the comments the reason why you think Apple year to date is down way less than the Nasdaq? Nasdaq year to date is down 28%, and Apple is down 18% year to date. Why do you think Apple is performing better than the market? What? Okay, what just happened? Am I back? Hopefully I'm back, folks. I have no idea. I think my internet just crapped out for a second. Why do you think? Okay, so let's read out some answers here. Stock buybacks. Apple has slow growth. Nope. I think the answer is stock buybacks. That's my guess. Kevin King says, yes. First one I answer. Apple is equivalent of cash and tech. I agree with that as well. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. I missed a lot of chats. Yes, a bunch of you guys got it right. Stock buybacks. Yeah, actually, it's not Elon. It's Dan Ives. Yeah, no kidding. So despite everything, CEO, you can make the argument. All of that is not the problem. Did I just get hacked? No, I think my internet is just crap. Gotta talk to Telus, man. It is the buybacks for sure. 100%. You guys are getting it because on essentially buybacks, for the most part, to my knowledge, buybacks will happen in the open market. So Apple's board can essentially say, look, we're going to initiate a buyback program, and they have many, many years ago, where we can indiscriminately buy up to a certain amount. Last quarter, they had $25 billion worth of free cash flow, and they bought $24 billion worth of stock back. Right? It's just crazy. But, okay, yes, I agree though. Let's listen to. Okay, first things first. I'm going to need you guys to tell me if the audio is working. Last week I had a whole debacle with this. I'm not going to try to go down this again.
Today, you said, quote, Musk has managed to do what the bears have unsuccessfully
Is that working?
Tried for years. Crush Tesla's stock by his own doing in what we view as a purely painful, dark situation. Is this situation irreparably damaged?
Okay, good.
Well, Scott, that's our concern. I think we're starting to get into brand issues here for Tesla because of this black eye from Musk and the train wreck situation with Twitter. that many thought would have ended when ultimately the deal went on, it's actually gotten worse. And I think that besides.
Folks, before I go into further of Dan's videos, listen to what Dan has to say closely. And the reason for that is not because you agree with him, is because he really paints he sheds light into how Wall Street thinks. Even the staunchest of Tesla bulls, and I get it, Dan gets some flack sometimes for flip-flopping, but do not forget, Dan gets Tesla. I've talked to him multiple times, listened to him a lot. He at least gets Tesla. So though you might not agree with Dan, right? Though you might not agree with Dan, I think it's important to at least look at how the street looks at what's happening, right? I think we should just context that first.
Just the selling of stock, really almost viewing Tesla like his own ATM. This, in my opinion, has really caused what's a disastrous situation. That's why we took up the best ideas list.
I understand.
So yeah, so for context, Dan took off, or Wedbush, I should say, took out Tesla from their best ideas list. Let's see.
I mean, but taking it just off of a best ideas list, but reiterating it at outperform, man, I don't know. That feels kind of lame. I mean,
oh, my mouth. Oh, try not to laugh.
If you feel the way
I haven't watched this, so I'm reacting with live with you guys.
You do. Why wouldn't you downgrade it? What statement are you really making by simply taking it off a best ideas list, Dan?
Yeah, it's a fair point, Scott. For me, it's the long-term story, the story over the next 12.
Forget about downgrade. Look at the price target. You can't see it because my fat head's in the way, but it's $250 now. Like it's come down a lot.
It continues to be there for Tesla in terms of what I could believe in 2023 from an EV demand story, even in China, that we'll see a rebound. So the long-term thesis for Tesla remains bullish. Our concern in the near term, this next 3 to 6 months, it's a fork in the road situation. Because if Musk continues down this path, I think it's going to go down a dark, dark path, which I think there's brand deterioration that could happen with Tesla. Musk is the brand of Tesla.
I mean, what would happen for you to downgrade it? What
He is, I think his name is Scott Wapner. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Folks, why is he so dead set on pushing Dan to downgrade? I mean, it's funny. It almost seems personal, like the way he's asking, like, why haven't you done this? Why haven't you done this? It almost seems personal. I guess Elon was kind of right about the media.
What would you have to see?
Yeah, if we start to see in our checks a significant change in demand, not just in the U.S., but even international, because of some of the things going on, just the broader economic slowdown. But you combine that with what I believe a big part of the premium, the multiple, it's Musk. I mean, it's no different than the way Jobs and Cook, they understood they were the brand of Apple, and
Tesla in the penalty box.
And they still are. If we start to see a deterioration from a demand perspective for Tesla, then I believe that would be an ominous sign going forward. And my issue here is that Musk, from an attention perspective, from a PR perspective, it's black eyes after black eyes, and that's been a major issue on Tesla stock. And again, the selling of stock is the boy that cried wolf again and again.
Okay, so what happens if the Twitter situation deteriorates in some way? There's word right now, according to the New York Times, that he is holding a quote-unquote emergency all-staff meeting as we speak. There's also word of some more key departures from fairly critical areas of that business.
By the way, yesterday they reported that a bunch of the top execs in Twitter resigned. That ended up to be totally and utterly fake news. Crazy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, look, I think Twitter, in all essence, is a money pit. And I think this is going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
Twitter. I got to be careful. Twitter is a money pit right now. No doubt. Advertisers are pulling out. They removed Twitter Blue as of this morning. You can't even buy it anymore. Doesn't mean it will always be one. But I kind of look at Elon's purchase of Twitter kind of like, when Tesla bought Fremont from GM or the old factory, and they're like, you know what, we're never going to buy some baggage again. We're just going to start from scratch. Almost wish Elon had spent the money to just start from scratch. The user base would have came, I think.
Better. And to that point, the fear is that does he have to sell more stock or get more outside funding, just given what's happening with Twitter? And that's our point. At this point, you need a separation where others ultimately are really focused on Twitter. He starts to focus more back on the Tesla story at a time that they need him more than ever, just given what happened in terms of the 3Q delivery number. And that's why,
again, the 3Q delivery number, folks, $20,000, 20,000 cars less were not because they weren't sold, because they were in transit. And everyone's still talking about it. It's just crazy to me.
this is going to be, it's a moment of truth for Musk in terms of how he handles it. But in our opinion, as a huge supporter of Tesla for many years and Musk, I mean, this has really gotten to a point where the albatross has really now started to significantly impact Tesla stock. And it's obviously a painful situation, I think, still ahead.
Okay.
So again, you don't have to agree with what Dan says, but I do think it's important for us to get perspective of what the street thinks. Folks, this is important because as much as you and I think we run the stock market, we don't. Institutions do. So remember, the next video I'm going to play for you is Kreger when he's not a staunch Tesla bull. Dan has been, at least lately, right? And he gets Tesla from when you talk to him, he gets it. So what is he doing when he says, look, I see risk here, demand? I think what Dan's trying to articulate here, and I guess I'd have to read his note further, is look, if we want to get to 10, 15, 20 million unit deliveries, 20, but 30, 20, 35, whenever your data is like a massive amount, especially if you exclude robotaxi out of that for a second, you just talk about consumers buying Teslas. You don't want brand reputation to be a tailwind. You want it to be a headwind. Or, pardon me, you opposite way, right? Surgery, you got to forgive me. You want brand reputation to be a tailwind. I still think it's a tailwind. I still think, as we sit here, we talk on November 11, 2022, make a wish. I still think Tesla's brand is still strong. It's still a tailwind. Teslas have the best EV cars out there, best cars out there in the world. So I still think we're okay there. But he's ringing the alarm bells from an institutional perspective by saying, look, if this continues, is there a chance that Tesla's brand reputation takes a hit where consumers don't want to buy Teslas anymore? And if that's a non-zero chance, how much is it? Let's try to quantify it. That's what he's trying to say. As for the Twitter thing and Elon, 194.53 sitting on Tesla, I think it's important. First, I was sold on the fact that, okay, Elon sells his shares. He buys Twitter. If Twitter goes down, Twitter goes down. Why do I care, let's say, from a Tesla investor's perspective? The recent selling of Tesla shares opens the path, it creates a precedent where now you can look at a continual risk for Elon to sell. That's what we don't want. Again, we have to get clarity on if this is going to be a perpetual risk. Is it always going to be the fact that Elon can sell shares whenever he wants, which, by the way, is 100% legal. It's his prerogative. It's his shares. I think we can't forget that, right? He's the one who founded this company, created this company to, even a 10th of a percent where it is today. It was nothing when he just took over the name. So with that aside, I think what the street wants to hear is Elon to say, look, I don't have further plans to sell shares. I just needed it for this special case post acquisition. And if you run the numbers, smarter people than I have around Twitter's burn rate and the firings and the layoffs that they've done and their cost, what happens is people are saying, look, if Elon sold, chances are this week is the brunt of what he'll sell because this will fund Twitter for a long time. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading them right now, but it's, those are my general thoughts. And I think it's easy. Let's remember, these takes are nuanced. There's no one size fits all with these types of takes. Is it true that Twitter is a money pit? Yes. It was even before acquisition. You can make the argument post acquisition, a lot of brands started pulling out even more. Doesn't mean it'll always be, right? I think the biggest tie to Tesla, to Elon, to Twitter right now is not anything with the business. It's that Elon perhaps is setting a precedent that he would happily and continually sell Tesla shares to fund this thing. That's the bigger thing. Yeah. So Elon said, "I'm done selling before." Did he lie? Well, that's part of the thing that we're talking about right now. And I've continually come on the channel and said, look at this tweet from August 8th, replying to Sawyer. Actually, I talked to Sawyer about it on the channel, and we're under the impression that this meant he's not going to sell. Now, Gary Black has since come out and said, look, folks, you guys are idiots because you have to think that he meant up until the acquisition, not after. Well, if that's the case, I mean, a lot of people are going to be very confused. Elon's thinking Tesla investors will hate me, but fixing Twitter is more important for the future of humanity. I think Farzad has a very similar argument to that. Richard says, file Chapter 11 and reorganize the debt. I guess certainly possible. The problem I have is, I mean, let me know in the comments what you got, if you guys are with me or not on this. I just like can't be arsed about the Twitter business too much right now. Like maybe there'll be a day where I get really invested into Twitter and try to follow it and the fundamentals and how big can the business get. I just really I'm focused on Tesla, to be quite honest. And maybe there's a day I switch up. So I'm not making very much Twitter content and how it's going to change humanity. Like again, and by the way, this is self-admitted. I'm always late on stuff like this. You know, I've told you guys the surest predictor of a bull case is me being late on something. So, I mean, maybe, but I just I don't know. Parker says, I mean, he's making a semantic point here. He said that he had no plans to sell. Well, I think the tweet that we're referring to was a little bit more black and white to that. Let me see here. Hold on. Let's see here. I'll try to find it for you guys on emergency here. I'll pull it up here. Oh, this one. So are you done selling? Sawyer asked Elon August 9th. Okay, August 9th. I was a day off. Elon said, yes. In the hopefully unlikely event that Twitter forces this deal to close, and remember, and it's an additive to the argument, some equity partners don't come through, it is important to avoid an emergency sale of Tesla stock. Again, multiple ways to read this. Gary Black is reading this. This is only until close, and then after close, all bets are off. I guess I interpreted this in a way where it made it sound like, yes, I mean, for this Twitter thing, that's all I need. Ganeshan says, Yash, we need Elon to focus purely on Tesla and SpaceX. I'm worried when the next bomb will be. Now, here's the thing, though, folks. We can't have this, and this is not at you, of course. You're just commenting about this, but I've seen a lot of sentiment around that. Look, Elon's a free thinker. The reason why he's so successful is because he doesn't follow societal norms. He doesn't he's not a typical CEO. He's not a typical entrepreneur, right? He's the greatest entrepreneur we've seen in a long time. Some will say in history. We can't dampen that creative genius. We can't dampen what personal ventures he wants to go for, because that's what makes Elon Elon. He sees something bigger than humanity. We can disagree with let's say the logistics of how it gets there. We can disagree with the method that it takes or whatever, but we can't disagree with him as a free agent being able to do whatever he wants, really. And to be honest, I actually had this comment here. I had this comment that I think I'm going to try to find instead of trying to reiterate. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. So Farzad had a good poll out. He said, is it important for Elon to state why he sold? I said, as a free agent, no. It's his business. He's doing it legally. As a CEO that seeks to maintain trust from a shareholder base that were under the assumption that he wouldn't sell, yes. I wouldn't have expected him to say it prior to selling, because obviously shorts would come in, all that sort of stuff. But if he's done, he should. This continues to be my thoughts on it. Okay. So let's do a radio talk style type of ending to this. I'm going to keep it quick, but if you have a video and camera, I threw a link into the chat. Come on, good juju only. Say what you need, ask a question, whatever it is. I'll try to get a couple people on here quick before the market closes here. Click on the StreamYard link. Remember, video on, mic on, and please keep it PG. Okay. Wow, Vern, busy week. Sold the house. Yeah, I mean, yeah, debate. I'm kind of having that conversation here with myself. Okay. Let's talk Tesla. Let's talk price action. 195.48 sitting on Tesla. I got blood in my mouth everywhere. I see Vern here. I'm just going to give me a thumbs up, Vern, if you're good to go with your mic and everything, and I'll get you on whenever, but no rush. 195.48 sitting on Tesla here. The NASDAQ is up 1.8% net. Tesla. Look, folks, Tesla is rallying till close. Vern, are you good to go? Give me a thumbs up whenever you are. Let's see here. Okay, I'm just gonna. Maybe you can't hear me here. Okay, awesome. So we'll get on our first guest. Hold on here. Let me just make sure everything's fine at the stream. And we'll try to keep these quick. Feel free to come in the chat. StreamYard link is there. Vern, how's it going, my friend? Long time. Great to talk with you.
And you, brother, how are you?
Good. Hit me with your thoughts, comments, questions, whatever you feel like.
No, I just think that it's a bigger picture, right? Stick to your plan, stay disciplined, and that's what I've been doing. And I just waited for the moment this week, and I had the equity sitting there ready to go, and just went. I had the number ready. I knew where I was going to go nearly 3 months ago when I sold my house, so I knew the money was coming. And all I can say, guys, just be patient. If you missed it, be patient. It will come. It will come back. Yeah. So everyone's emotional. I am too. But just stick with it, guys. If the conviction's there, do not change your plan. That's when you lose, in my experience.
Awesome. Great advice. Yeah. So you sold your house like perfect timing, almost like 3 months ago. I feel like
I actually put it on the market in March when I could see what was coming.
Nice.
Obviously with the midterms as well, and being in the UK, I'm kind of outside of it, but I'm working hard to stay in it. And you guys all help a lot, especially on the Discord. So thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. If you guys know, Vern is a fellow Juju Gang member in our Discord. Encourage you guys to come on. Remember, it's not free. People keep on messaging me like, open up the Discord. The reason why it's, if you want to even call it $5 a paywall, is because the amount of like filtering that does of keeping the community so healthy, awesome, positive in there, I think, and of course I'm biased, is well worth it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. And I've got an admission. I've got an apology.
Okay.
I only had a banana.
Oh, so well, I guess when did you have that banana so we can
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was at 7:03. So what was that for you?
10 minutes. How many minutes ago? Like 40 minutes ago?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, I hate to admit it. I think we've actually done quite well since you've had that banana. We're up from whatever this was, 193. So yeah. I appreciate that, Vern. Awesome. Any last thoughts you want to share?
No, be cool. Have a great weekend, gang.
Take care. Awesome. Thank you, Vern, for coming on. Great comments from fellow Juju Gang members across the world. Let's see here. Banana is closer than corn. Yeah, look, I honestly tried to get a bag of corn today. Oh, thank you, Marco. Appreciate that. I tried to get a bag of peas today, not corn, but I think I ate all the peas. I made some shahi paneer or matar paneer the other week. So, okay. Let's see here. In that case, Kevin says, would the paywall work for Twitter also? I think so. Considering some messages I get, I think so. You guys should see do you guys also have like the same amount of just absolute crap DMs on Twitter? Like just the biggest spam bot central with Twitter. It's just crazy how bad Twitter DMs are. Oh, yes. Let's play our Tesla closing price guessing game. Throw your Tesla closing price guess in the chat. 12:47. Got 13 minutes left here until close. Remember, Price is Right rules. You have to be at or under to win the virtual Juju prize. If you're over by even penny, you can't win. Throw your guess in the chat. Yeah, exactly, John. I'm going to throw my guess as well. Volume weighted average price is 191.25. Oh, you guys are hilarious on Discord. Okay, 195.82 sitting on Tesla. Volume weighted average price for today is 191. So it's actually quite ugly. Do I go my typical bullish south and close lower, or do I be a little bit bearish today in the hopes that I'm happily wrong? I'm going to go 195 on the dot. It's easy for me to remember. Chances are probably wrong. so you guys can get mad at me. Oh yeah, some guesses in here. I'm just reading them right now. Peas is the juju citrus after the oral surgery. I want to peel this juju, but then I'm going to want to eat it, and I can't eat it. It's a sad week when you can't have citrus. It really is. Thank you, Barry. I appreciate that very much. I'm going to keep this comment posted for the next hour. I appreciate that. Thank you, Barry. Thanks for asking questions. TLA says, question, any updates or thoughts on your Q4 production delivery totals? Yes. I think in general, I don't think 495 is probable or likely in quarter. Oh, I just peeled it. Hold on, answers. This is what you call muscle memory. When you just do something and you have no intention of doing it. Oh, I just peeled it. I'm also like 12 because like I always peel oranges this way. But now I really want to eat it, but I really shouldn't. I'm going to get in trouble. Last time, I'll tell you what, when I had my wisdom tooth pulled last time, I got dry socket. And if you don't know what dry socket is, think of hell. And I'm guessing multiply that by 2. It's terrible. Terrible. Anyways, quarter four production deliveries. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well. Juice it. I can't have oranges. I can't have anything acidic. That's the sad part. ADD mind. 495. Reuters was reporting quarter 4. I find that hard to believe. I think Troy Teslike is very low. I think this quarter. I'd have to check at what he's sitting at, but I really think he's not happy with what's happening this quarter, for better or for worse. His quarter 4 estimate so far is, I'll pull it up here actually for everyone to see. His quarter 4 estimate is 425. Very wide discrepancy. Analyst consensus is 432. Why do analysts not just admit it? They essentially plagiarize Troy's work. Like they don't. Like if was one thing we learned from analysts is they have zero idea what's happening, especially with production delivery numbers. They publicly, I think, also subscribe to Troy. So, anyways, I put more weight into Troy, but 425. So Troy has, yeah, I know Troy had that big spite on Twitter with Rob. I thought he was going to block me because I quote tweeted him with some commentary, but apparently I was fine. Can't we just all get along, boys and girls? Mr. Rogers says. So quarter 4, Troy has coming out of Berlin. Let's see here. He has 28,000 coming out of Berlin and 25,000 coming out of Texas. Semi, he has 15. So that's going to be interesting as well. But out of Shanghai, last quarter, Troy had 176. This quarter, he's projecting for 224. So about a 50,000 over the quarter increase. I think the upside surprise, guys, might be Fremont. We know Fremont, they've been flying in all these engineers from Shanghai to talk about factory line production. I think there could be a good chance that we get some upside surprise here. For 143,000 in quarter 3 projected or delivered, produced, and 146 projected for this quarter. I think there's a chance that we hit over 150,000 on that. Again, coming from an idiot that's not actually projecting stuff like Troy is, but I just think Fremont might have more upside surprise there. 195.91 sit on Tesla. Folks, do you guys need that link again? Is everyone too scared to talk to a man with corn on his face? Come on Streamlabs. I'm gonna put it in the link again. Hold on one sec here. We've got a couple minutes left here to close. Let's get another someone's thoughts on remember video and mic on. Throw it in again. When are the new factories announced? That's a good question. Despite everything that's happening, are we forgetting about everyone is name? Honestly, you might be right there, Dan. Go click on that link and come in. I'm scared of Yashu. Guys, what's so scary about a guy with a bag of corn on his face talking Tesla on a Friday afternoon? Come on. But yes, no, Richard, back to your point, new factories. Everyone's forgetting about that, right? Literally everyone is forgetting about it. Well, I mean, we could talk about the buyback. One says buyback next week. Folks, I've said this on Twitter. I'll say it here again. Be careful with buybacks. Be careful with thinking buybacks are going to solve everything. I've seen this theory, by the way, out there on, well, Tesla's waiting for Elon to sell, and then they're going to announce buybacks. Buybacks are not going to fix the stock in the short term. They might have a good update on a signal to Wall Street that look what's happening. But look, buybacks in the short term are not going to fix the stock price and make it rally 30%, folks. If that's your expectation here, please adjust it. Please adjust it. It's not going to happen. Right? Like there's some people, and I'm not saying this is you, but there's some people out there that are repeatedly saying Tesla, if all they do is buybacks, Tesla would be back over $300 tomorrow. No, it's not going to happen like that. It's a longer term strategy. It's a good signal to the market. It takes time, though. These buybacks don't make a material difference in a week. So, and by the way, I still think buybacks are going to happen next year. Of course, Elon has said as much, but yeah. I mean, look, buybacks are going to happen whether we like it or not. Elon has pretty much said as much. What's your take on the 4 rumor? Yeah, a lot of people tweeting at me about the Shift 4. I am not privy and well versed on that company enough to speak out about it. I can see why the rumors have been popping up because Elon has been selling shares. People think he's going to be buying another company. Does Elon really want to go through the freaking process of buying another company right after what just happened with Twitter within 2 months? Like, please, guys. Not going to happen. Buybacks need board approval. That can happen in a day. Yeah. I mean, the board only meets so often, but you know what I'm saying. The board, I mean, look, investor relations on the earnings call pretty much have said like $10 billion is like worst case scenario for buybacks next year. Yes, agree. Would be a bad look, John says, if they do buybacks and Tesla can get a better deal. Well, look, I mean, what's the other option? You do buybacks and then you get Elon to sell after the stock goes up, after the buyback news. I think this way is probably safer because anyone can buy in the open market at these prices today, right? But I think you're probably right. They probably want to wait a week after something he sells and he's done selling for sure. And he says, we thought the upgrade was going to do it. Look what happened. The upgrade was going to do a lot. Look what happened. Yeah, same thing. Gary says that the credit upgrade would have had a bigger difference had the Twitter ordeal not been going on. Institutions would be more willing to step in. But again, I think longer term effect too. Longer term effect. Yeah. Who got that reference? TLA asks the question: do you think Troy's deliveries in November can't talk, folks, are low because he's expecting large inventory gap between production? Well, these are his delivery expectations. So it's certainly possible that a large portion of those are sitting in inventory at the end of the quarter. But I continue to think Tesla will pull all of the stops to get all of these cars delivered by the end of the year, end of year. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. It's honestly like, when your bag of ice doesn't even feel cold anymore. I think I'm actually still numb. I don't know if that's possible because I don't have any anesthetic anymore in my system, probably. I don't know. Why am I still numb? Any dentists in the house? I am still numb. It's probably not a good sign. Jeez. Jerry tweeted in the last hour saying rumors are false. Okay, good to know. Let's see here. What else? 195.83 sitting on Tesla. Buybacks are for restoring stock price, not to buy the cheapest. I mean, not only that, I think buybacks are really awesome in the long run because they reduce the float. In the same way that when Tesla was doing capital raises and before, and we were saying, stop diluting us. This is the opposite of that. Fun fact. I don't even know if I should show this. Fun fact, my first ever video on the channel. How many videos have I had? I've retired a lot of videos. How many videos do I have on the channel now? I don't even know. I have to check my phone. The first ever video I did on my channel. I'm trying to see if we can find it. This may take a second. Oh, holy crap. Ow. Let's go back here. Back. My first ever video on the channel was around Tesla doing a capital raise. I think it right here. First ever video. Pull it up. This is what got me in because everyone was talking about how Tesla was not going to raise money, And I was like, yes, they are. My first ever video, I think in about a couple of weeks here, it'll be 2 years almost. Will Tesla do a capital raise before S&P inclusion? I say yes. Shout out my thumbnail qualities back then. But look, everyone was saying back then, Tesla, there's no chance to do a capital raise. No chance. They did a capital raise. I should click on this video. Don't even know what my lighting looks like. $195.99 said on
But I
Tesla.
kind of wanted to get into
Oh my God, my old room
in this
setup.
video. I want to talk about whether or not Tesla is going to do a secondary.
Oh my God. Okay, well, the market's closed. Shout out to everyone that commented, by the way, on this video. Let's see if there's any of you guys in here in the chat right now. Someone actually laughed at me about me saying there's a capital raise. Anyways, revisionist history. 195.92 closing price on Tesla today. Pull this up. Let's see who won this contest. Let us see. Unless Hadouken has got me beat again. Oh, you know what? Stop that digital. I hope. It just changed. 192.97. Sit on Tesla. Let's see if anyone guessed close. Steven guessed 195.99. A little bit over there, my friend. Reiterating my guess, Marcus says of 195.95. I think our winner is Marcus S. Ashley also guessed 195.99. Ooh, Ash was a penny or two over at penny over at 195.98. You gotta love the Price is Right rules, right? Our winner today is Marcus, who guessed a couple cents below it. I can't pull it up here on Streamline. Let me see if I can give you a shout out here. One sec. Where is it? 195. I can't pull it up. Anyways, Marcus, no one closer? No one closer. Yeah, I prematurely gave it to Marcus last week, I think. Thanks for being a good sport. Okay. Regardless, folks, like we talked about, Tesla finished up 2.75% on a day where the NASDAQ finished up 1.8%. That's a lot closer to the beta of 2 that I like, albeit not over 3%. But beggars can't be choosers in this market. Apple finished up 1.93%. So still good to see some Tesla strength for the day. But folks, we finished with 113 million shares traded on the day. I would be very shocked if we don't get Form 4s tonight. I'd be very shocked if we don't get Form 4s tonight. I think we're going to get Form 4s on Wednesday sales, Thursday sales, Friday sales. I think after the Form 4s come out, Elon probably clarifies this weekend why he was selling and what his plans are. If we don't hear from Elon and Form 4s come out, assume next week Elon is going to be selling more. Form 4s are just the SEC disclosure after he sells. He has to file it within 2 business days. If Form 4s come out today and Elon doesn't clarify today, Saturday or Sunday, assume he's selling into next week. I think that's a safer assumption, to be fair. Do you guys agree with that? If he doesn't clarify this weekend, he has this weekend. If he doesn't clarify, let's all assume, I think the safer bet is let's assume Elon will sell and can sell and will continue to sell here into next week, which would not be great. Let's be quite honest. If no Form 4s come out, I would be very surprised. But maybe that means on Wednesday he didn't sell, which I have a hard time buying because Wednesday volume was really high, right? Wednesday volume was 127 million shares traded. So would he be near to 8 or 10 billion? I think so, because we were at 4 before. So let's hope these are the last sales for another year or two. Yeah, no kidding. I hope. I guess we'll see. We did talk about the Reuters report. You have to scroll. I think actually scroll closer to the beginning of the stream. In the first 15 minutes is my guess. But we did talk about that. John's been blocked on Twitter. Yet, look, I don't like the Twitter verification thing. I've been on record to say that it's so easy, and I guess the rule, the new rule is you have to put parody in your name, which I thought was always the rule. I don't like it because yesterday and even today, I'm still seeing accounts active today that are misrepresenting brands, companies, people that are essentially tweeting out stuff. Also, I had this kind of question. I'm sure it's been asked and answered before. What happens if my name is Mark Wahlberg and I'm from North Dakota? Why did it come out like that? I was going to say different state, North Dakota. And I get verified on Twitter. Will I get suspended for that? What if my name's like Michael Jackson? I'm sure there's people named Michael Jackson out there and they want to get verified on Twitter by paying $8. Like, what happens? I guess they put that official thing underneath it now, but I'm not even sure if they do that anymore. True. I guess rest in peace with Michael Jackson. That is true. Bad example. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. I mean, forgive me. God. Someone says Jesus is now verified on Twitter. Really? I've got some questions. Well, we know he was resurrected. What, is just like Jesus? Let me pull this up. Jesus is he's verified because he's subscribed to Twitter Blue. Okay. Well, God bless him. I love it. I've been Jesus Christ on Twitter for 14 years, and thanks to Elon Musk, I'm now verified. Oh my God, what an edge case. Carpenter, healer, God. Oh my God, I shouldn't laugh, but what? See, like these open up so many edge cases, folks. Like, you guys see what I'm saying? Like, by the way, I did notice. Did you guys notice? Someone tagged me in this. So someone tagged me in this. They said that Gordon Johnson, he who shall not be named, is actually paying Elon $8 a month for Twitter. Let's see here. Was he always verified? Verified because he subscribed to Twitter Blue. Oh, okay. Well, we got Elon supporter. It's funny because I'm not even verified on Twitter. So. Okay. Folks, if anything else, it proves that we live in a simulation. Like the stuff that we're talking about nowadays, and by the way, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Friday and just shooting the shit. It's just crazy to me where we are in the world, all the stuff that's happening, better or for worse. You know, you got to take lemons and make some lemonade out of it. But I appreciate you guys tuning in and just hanging out. I tweeted this out and I said, I missed a simpler life we all led just a few years ago when the biggest news story of the day was what color this stupid dress was. If the answer isn't white and gold, you guys are tripping. It feels like, I don't know if it's because I'm more online now, I'm on Twitter more, but it just feels like the world is crazier and crazier every day. And I don't know if that's a self-reflection of my life or if you guys feel the same way about this. I don't know. I just, I'm not going to say I miss the good old days because the good old days are always the fact that we're alive and healthy in here. But yeah, I hope the world calms down a little bit, I guess. And I can't help to think that outside government adversaries love the fact on how crazy North America has gotten. Tardy on Discord is saying Yashuna's frozen corn helped with the stock price action. Should I bring this back next week? The corn? What if I just put the corn on the computer chair and I don't show up for power hour and just play like a video for an hour? Thank you, Parker. Appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. Because I feel bad for Yashu, Richard says I'm going to go pull out 4 teeth now. Hey, the good news is I am officially done my wisdom teeth extractions. All right, I'm actually sheepishly hanging on to this live stream because I actually think maybe we get Form 4s right away. because you guys know what happens. As soon as I sign off, what's going to happen? It happened a couple, like, when was it? When, I don't know. I have no idea. S&P, no, not S&P inclusion. What am I saying? What did I get wrong that day? Or what did I say I'm going to hang around for? Elon selling, maybe? Or no, Elon buying Twitter, I think, was the news, and it actually ended up coming out. Or no, stock split. Yes. As soon as I sign off, that's going to, buybacks, I don't think we got news yet. Please end stream. I need sleep. I love you guys for hanging out. Thank you. Hit the subscribe button on the way out. Hit the like. Join Patreon. Become a Patreon channel member. $5 a month gets you into our awesome Discord. Again, if you talk Tesla, if you want to talk Tesla, if you want to be the part of the best positive group, shout out to you guys on Discord, man. You guys make my day. You guys share the best news. We have discussions in there, debates, whatever it is, but it's always healthy, happy. Join. There's about 200 of us plus, I think, in there now. So much love. Take care. Yes, so we're impacted. So, all right, guys, take care. Much love. Yeah, happy Friday. So remember, put away your phones, technology. Get some time mentally to yourself, spiritually to yourself. Go for a walk, go into nature, hang out with family, friends. Your portfolio is not going to change on the weekend. And I hope after this week, we can calm down for next week. If we get breaking news, I will go live. So hit the notification bell for that. I've been meaning to stream more, but I've just been busy. And then now with this wisdom tooth thing, I need to go clean up some blood in my mouth. All right, guys, much love. Probably TMI there at the end, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you're watching on replay, let me know if you're one of the OGs that made it all the way to the end. But I need to know who you guys are. All right, guys, peace. Take care.